Number 15, A Time to Forget. This unsettling video has made its rounds through several YouTube channels, and while some claim it's just an art project or a clip from an old film, there's really no explanation for it. It does seem planned and produced, but it's still confusing and disturbing.
You speak Korean? You don't know. 안녕하세요.
Number 14, where he just sits and stares into the camera smiling, but once it did, the whole internet was all over this odd YouTube series. The content is actually a bit creepy, and going into it unprepared, even a little terrifying. The silence and lack of movement makes you wait for something to pop out, or for something big to happen. It never happens though. Number 13. This video was apparently found on a DVD with 3 other disturbing found footage clips titled Ensure Your Place in Hell. Considering the origins of this video and the lack of preparation put into it, it actually seems pretty real. The main instructor in this video hints that a second video will be shared soon, but of course it never was. It's uncertain what the point of this was.
Yogurt? Yeah. Is there milk in here? Milk? Milk? Milk?
Not a bit. Not a bit.
Number 12. The channel associated with this entry has been removed, although it's uncertain when. This video is allegedly connected to the disappearance of a young woman named Maura Murray. In early February 2004, Maura emailed and called her boyfriend. She left a voicemail promising she'd talk to him later, but she seemed upset about a previous dispute they had and wasn't quite ready to talk yet. She also emailed her employers and professors claiming she'd be out of town because of a sudden death in the family, despite no death having occurred. She then withdrew a large lump sum of cash from a local ATM and bought about $40 worth of alcohol. Investigations show that she researched places to stay in Vermont and New Hampshire before she crashed her car later that night. A passing bus driver saw her at the scene of the crash and offered help, but she begged him just to leave her there. She didn't seem hurt, according to a statement, and she claimed to have already called AAA, though there was no record of her having called. The bus driver called to alert police, and when they arrived on the scene, she was nowhere to be found and had left the majority of her belongings behind. Her makeup, clothes, wine, CDs, and map information was all left in her car. The only things missing were her debit card and her phone. Even her purse was left behind, which contained her ID and other random materials. The road where Maura wrecked her car and apparently vanished was Route 112.
Do you have a lot of stress in your life? Do you feel alone in the world? Do you feel like the sad days won't ever end? You've already tried almost everything to forget about your suffering. Fear no more. By your hope. J-Hope. A companion to cheer up your days. No more crying. No more sadness. No more anger.
Number 11. Another disturbing video and possible hint in a connection is a video titled No Help for Mental Wannabe. Number 10.
The Creature in the Basement, published by January of 2009. The description claims that this lost tape was discovered and shown with permission from the government to warn others.
I don't believe it. How could this happen to me? BTS? They unfollowed me!
Number 9. 4 disappearances. When 4 teens disappeared in August of 2008 in Melbourne, Australia, a local search party discovered this found footage in November of the same year near an abandoned hospital. Shortly after, it apparently began making rounds on Australian news outlets.
You're gonna a beach? Beach?
Number 8. Are you a social media influencer? The next time you're off in your own world, filming your next Twitter phenom, don't look over your shoulder. Posted to YouTube by BTS in May of 2019, this video will haunt you. The Twitter video begins like any other, with its star checking himself out in the camera before taking some film of the passing city scene outside his car window. Looks just like a normal everyday video to brighten everyone's Twitter feed, but as many YouTubers pointed out in the comments of this video, some random shadow appears behind the star's left shoulder. What is this creeping shadow lingering just behind him? Is it something paranormal or just a ghostly fan watching him? Judge for yourself. Either way, it's 100% frightening. Number 7. Do you hear that haunting melody? It may be the vocalizations of an actual ghost.
뱀파이어 같아요. 멋있게 나오네. 나쁘지 않아.
Number 6. This YouTube channel began posting videos in May 2016 and made its rise to public attention around May 21st when its content got brought up on 4chan. An anonymous poster on the B4chan board posted hex code that when decoded to ASCII held excerpts from War of the Worlds, which led to the channel via hidden link. On the channel, even more vague and concerning content was posted, such as videos in a VHS style of someone running through a field, more undeciphered codes, and disturbing audio. As these posts were being published on 4chan, several clips were uploaded to the channel which held 3-digit numbers in semi-ascending order. Some of these posted clips also include static-like or distorted audio. Number 5. In Stockton, California on August 15th, 1989, an overheated car pulled over to the side of the road on Interstate 205. The driver decided him and his son should walk to the nearest phone for help. Not far from the car, he noticed a jacket on the ground. Upon picking it up, he discovered an unlabeled videotape in the pocket. He took it with them, and after returning home, they watched the VHS. They turned it over to the police immediately afterwards.
Yeah. Hey, how much is this? No, excuse me. Excuse me!
Oh my god!
Oh, hey, you...
Number 4.
Alright, when you come to the United States, what's your favorite thing to do? What do you love to do while you're here?
I wanna shooting in America Street.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Like, okay.
great view.
Number 3. No Through Road. On December 17th, 2008, 4 17-year-old boys were found passed away in their car at an abandoned farm 10 miles from their hometown. This clip's description reads, published in 2009 by Indran Cole 3, No Through Road is allegedly the last remaining footage of the boys alive. The found footage involves 4 boys from Stevenage, Hertfordshire. According to the clip, the residence near where these boys were found was thought to be abandoned, but when police investigated, it appeared to have recent inhabitants. According to the video, the footage was released with the parents' consent in order to garner any leads in the investigation. The footage shows your average British teens. Number 2. Footage of possession. This video, found on 4chan, is not for those with a weak stomach. Cody published this footage in 2011. In his description, he writes, "Not much is known for this footage, other than a family from Iowa had discovered it in the attic of their newly bought home. This film and some audio recordings were amongst the findings."
This is my shit.
Number 1. The following video will ensure that your courage is intact. Its description reads, Thai model is possessed by ghost during live TV interview. Certainly does look like something has taken over her mind and body.
It's the communication, like true. Like, you know, like we were using it on Twitter and YouTube like since before our debut. And we tried to always, you know, show our feelings.